Yes, Ungo Bungo, that's the exact type of scenario. Your dad has a restaurant, somebody comes in, eats the entire meal, and then they complain that it was too spicy, I want my money back. No, no, screw you. You ate the whole meal. If it was too spicy, you should have told me after your first bite. There are way too many people out there that restaurants are the worst, man. I would not want to be a restaurant owner, especially with all these gluten-free, I'm a vegan, like, okay, you want to be a vegan? That's fine. Go be vegan on your own time. Don't come to my steakhouse and tell me that I should have vegan options. There's a great chef, Massimo, I forget his last name. He's a Canadian chef I follow on TikTok. He's got a restaurant in Canada. He's an Italian guy. He has some great stuff on his TikTok account. Um, about being a restaurant owner and people coming in and wanting to be gluten free at an Italian restaurant that serves pasta. It is the funniest shit ever. He's like, "This is an Italian restaurant. We serve bread. We serve pasta. Get the fuck out of here with your gluten free." Like, it's just. Oh. Matthew Lowe says, "Just wanted to say, new sub here. Thanks to the KCD videos. Missed this game the first time around, and gameplay videos don't really translate for me the game. You're playing the Women's Lot DLC, and it's got me on the edge." Nice. Well, I'm producing some guides this month around the game as well for new players. I realize that my guides are like 6 years behind everybody else's guides, but it's still, there's actually people out there who have not played the game before, so I will be producing some more guides throughout the month as I do my playthrough. Someone asked me if I'm going to make a playthrough series of this, like, so I talked about this the other day. Last year, most of the games I played, I did what Co-Carnage does. I split everything. We would do like a 4-hour live stream, and then I would cut everything into 30-minute episodes, produce that as a Let's Play series on YouTube. I'm not doing that at the moment because it's a huge amount of work, and I have a lot of other things that I'm doing right now, and I don't have an editing team. So, someone was asking if I'm going to cut this into a Let's Play series with 30-minute episodes, and it's like, I might. The thing is with January, I don't know, we'll see. I might, but it's a lot of work. People don't understand the amount of time that it takes for me to go in there and like cut everything down into 30-minute episodes. Then I gotta make thumbnails for everything, and then you gotta schedule everything out in YouTube. It's a lot of work. And there's only so many hours of the day. Alright, I'm gonna burn a Saver Schnapps. I don't often do that, but... Oh, fuck off. We're gonna run away from that guy. Boop.
Yeah.
Did I take the wrong turn? I think I did take the wrong turn because I got panicked because of the guy chasing me. God, the colliders on these bushes are really annoying sometimes. Unga Bunga says a customer came in with a severe allergy. We had to refuse to serve him because of the amount of requirements he had. He was dumbfounded and offended, but it's like, dude, you're putting your life in our hands. Just eat at home if you're gonna die from a peanut tracing. Yeah, that's legit. Like, seriously. I think it was maybe last year, and it was a meme, but apparently there are legitimately people who have like a business card, right? Like they have a business card that they take with them, and on it they list all of the things that they're allergic to. And when they go to a restaurant, they hand that to the server, and they're like, "You need to give this to the chef when he's making my dinner." And it's like, I can't have gluten, I can't have peanuts, I can't have seed oils, I can't have egg, I can't have cheese, I can't have blah 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 blah. And it's like if you're literally going to die or go into anaphylactic shock from having any sort of trace contact with these things, stay at home. Don't go out because the world is going to kill you because everything's got gluten and egg and seed oil and everything else in it. It's like, just stay home. Like, stay home. Because you're literally, those people are just looking for a lawsuit. They're just looking for a way to sue someone to make a bunch of money. They're just looking for a restaurant to serve them something that has trace amounts of, you know, gluten, and then they're going to go, I had a reaction. I had to go to the hospital. I'm suing you for $5 million. It's not worth it. Sorry, sir. I refuse. I reserve the right. But here's the thing, too, though. If you live in the United States, then you get people who are like, oh, well, you refused me service, and now I'm going to take you to court because you're discriminating against me, and you're discriminating against my preferences, and I'm discriminated against. I would not want to run any sort of public serving business in the United States. No, wouldn't do it. You couldn't pay me money to run a business in the US these days. Nope. Too many risks. All right, I've got to figure out a way to at least get one or two of these guys down because they're quite challenging. Okay, there's definitely a guy over here. If we can get him by himself. Yeah. People under the influence, that's really tough, man.
Who's there? What's going on there?
Why don't you come down here and find out?
What's going on?
Come on.
The answer to my prayer. Just when I wanted to vent my rage on someone.
Fuck.
Hello! What's up? Shit yourself?
Hey! All of you, gather here! Raise the alarm! Raise the alarm! Watch out!
Oh, slaughter!
Man, these guys are quite challenging. Now I'm reloading that. I'm gonna reload this until I can get this to where I want it. These guys are quite rough. You're mistaken if that's your take on it, just leaving. I bitch about lots of countries. I bitch about the UK, I bitch about Canada, I bitch about the US. It's easiest to bitch about the place where you're born because it's easier to see the problems there, but I bitch about every country. I am an international citizen who has lived in various countries. Therefore, I reserve the right to bitch about all the things around the world. If that offends you, you can feel free to go watch other channels. We talk about real world things here. We don't polish things. We don't cater to people's, oh, I'm offended. Oh, sorry, that's not the way things work here. I think it just depends on the bushes, Ungo Bungo. Like, there's definitely an issue with some of the colliders on some of the bushes here. It is annoying, but it's not nearly as bad as like Red Dead Redemption 2, where every tree limb will kill you. I'm over here, buddy. Come over here. Come out of your camp a little bit. Oh.
Turns up willingly for the slaughter. To arms! Get over here! Hey! All of you, gather here! Raise the alarm!
The answer to my question.
Over here!
Vent my rage.
All right, one down. One down.
Dear God!
Hey! All of
No,
you
no.
gather
What are you
here!
doing?
Raise the alarm! Raise the alarm! Watch out! You fucked up there.
To arms! Get over here!
All right, back away. Back away. Get your stamina back. Get your stamina back. I'm stuck on a rock.
Subsidy! I'm gonna enjoy this.
All right.
Come here, lady liver. Well, that's in.
All right. I gotta get away from these bushes.
You'll get what?
All right. Two down. Two down. Got him. Got him. All right. Whew. That was rough. Take the key to the shed. Not sure if that bow is worth it, but I'm gonna take it. What's up? She's awake now. She might want to come out in a minute. Huh? Yeah, she woke up a few minutes ago. Maria, parte de mi pierna. Alright, they've all got... the key to the shed, but no coin. Alright. Put all my weapons away. Yeah, I don't play with mods in the first place, and second of all, there's no mods on the console. Okay. Let's go rescue the damsel. Yeah, right, Casey. I have no idea how they would know. Yeah, that's true. How would Henry know? Like, he's literally, you know, doing his own thing, minding his own business. How would he have a clue if the things that he's looting off somebody are stolen or not? Alright, I've got keys to a shed. Aha! My lady.
Please, help.
That's what I'm here
It
for.
won't hurt you now.
However did you find me?
Florian told me where they took you.
I'm a fool. I thought he was just a dandy, God knows why. And it turns out he's a villain in league with thieves. And a coward, too. This whole time he knew where I was.
It's not Florian's fault. He was terrified they'd do something to you. They had him over a barrel.
You're right. Poor Florian must have been more scared than me.
I'd say so.
We should probably set off.
I'll go with you. I'd hate to lose you on the way.
Are we gonna fast travel to escort her back? Nice. Okay, cool. Going back to something that was said earlier in chat, by the way. So before I did this, I ran a travel blog and a travel channel for many, many years. That's where Chris and I worked as influencers. So we got quite high up in the influencer ratings, being paid by governments to travel around the world and visit destinations and go to hotels and do cool shit, hot air balloons, vineyards, wineries, 5-star hotels. We documented all of it. We had a really great time for the time that we did that. And one of the very interesting things about working in the travel space is you get to see a lot of different countries, and you go to a lot of different places, and therefore you see a lot of different cultures, and you see the good side and the bad side to lots of different cultures. And so part of that was in the scope of writing about different places and reporting on different places, where you talk about the positives and the negatives. And you're always going to find pros and cons wherever you live. Wherever you live. It is always the easiest to pick apart the place where you come from, because that's where you've lived the most, and so you see the flaws there more easily than you do everywhere else. It's also a fact that the US is in a horrible place right now. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Inflation, health insurance, so bad. It's a very sad state of affairs. It's not the only place. The UK is also in a horrible place. I've heard, I can't speak specifically to Australia, but I've heard Australia has some crazy stuff going on. New Zealand has some crazy stuff going on. I've lived in Bulgaria. Bulgaria has crazy stuff going on. I have a homestead in Mexico. There's a lot of issues in Mexico, but it's getting much better. Like, every country has its flaws. But what really makes me chuckle is when people get defensive about it. I have parents who are like this. My parents' worldview is determined by Fox News and, like, CNN. And, like, they've never owned a passport. They've never left their home country. They've never even been outside of, like, the continental U.S. They've really only ever stuck to the place where they live in, the state that they live in, which is locked in the Midwest. So their viewpoint is the Bible Belt. And unfortunately, like, if you ever try to talk to them about things outside of their region, they get very offended and very defensive, because they've been taught since they were children that they are the best, that they are the best in the world. They're better than anyone. That's why everyone needs to speak English. Everyone needs to bow before us because we are the United States. Like, it's just not that way. And it makes me chuckle when people get defensive about stuff like that. Hector. Ever since Brexit, I know you guys have had a shit show of a time with certain things. Every country has its flaws. But it does make me chuckle when people get offended by it. It's like, facts. Like, you don't get to change facts just because you don't like the facts.
Good health to you.
I found that Esther of yours.
I know. Back already. How can I ever thank you?
By telling me all about the goings-on with Rapita.
They found me in the tavern one evening, caught me when I went to the shit pile.
Fact
started
deniers,
to
that's a
badger
big
me
thing
about
now in the
working for
current
them.
era we live
They?
in. Science deniers and fact
Yes,
deniers.
Rapita.
People who want to try
And a
to
knight they
claim that
called
science
Sir
isn't
Yezek.
real.
And then what?
But
They
my Bible
explained what
tells
they
me
wanted from me, and I
different
told them
story.
to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took Esther.
In cases the game tries to make sense of it. For example, they said if you stole famous jewelry, people in a wide range know about it, so they have a stolen tag for longer, and the NPCs report it from the NPC you steal from reports. So jewelry makes perfect sense. Yeah, like famous jewels would make sense.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At
Like
first, I
if
took it
everyone
for a
knew the
bad
crown
joke.
jewels of England were stolen,
then-
like that would
And
be
they
a big
snatched
deal.
Esther.
But
There was nothing to be done.
if I'm picking up a longsword off of a dead body on the side of the road, how would anyone know that that's a stolen longsword?
Where will I find Rapita?
Also, the
He's
poaching
usually
thing.
wherever
Like,
I
if I
am.
kill a deer in
What
the
does that
middle of the
mean?
woods and no one saw me kill that
He
deer,
watches me.
but then they're like, oh,
Everywhere
but
I
it's illegal
go.
to kill the deer because
And
it's
when
the
I'm at
king's
home,
deer.
he sits on the bench in the
Alright.
square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes
Yeah,
I see
Hector,
him in
it's
the
a
tavern on the
you and I are in
green,
the same
buying
boat there.
supplies.
Like science
All right.
deniers are the
At least I know where to
biggest.
start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
It's crazy, man.
Because we have to lure him
And
out.
also, so I come from a family who
Besides, your master will surely be
are
glad
cattle
to see
ranchers.
I have
So
my doubts.
there's a whole science behind how meat for consumption gets to the plate of people. There is science behind that. Hundreds of years of science of how to properly care for animals, to vaccinate animals, to, you know, the science behind the feed that is given to animals to get them to the point where they are consumed. And I always I chuckle at because people will trust science when it comes to the food they eat, but they won't trust science when it comes to medicine. And it's just like, okay, that now you're just being stupid for the sake of being stupid. Like,
I suppose I better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Good luck, and thanks for the help. Good luck then.
by the way, can we talk to the bathmaid again? Or is she like one and done with us? I guess you only needed to talk to Florian after we rescued her. That's very true, Casey. We're talking about 15th century peasants here, pre-Gutenberg press by about 30 years, and mostly an illiterate populace. Yeah, that's true. All right. Fine. All right, so see. I'm guessing all roads lead up to just north of us now. Yes, primarily Hector, but the big difference between Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and the first game is that in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you're going to be doing more like kind of Red Dead Redemption 2 style. They've talked about how you're going to be working with, you're going to have more companion missions. So a lot of Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, you're working by yourself, and you have the dog, but that's it. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, there's a lot of the missions are going to be working with other people. So Hans is going to be with you for a lot of the time, and there will be other people that you're meeting, so it's going to be more of a sidekick companion. They actually have a sidekick companion system in the new game, which is very interesting. What time is it? We need to go get a night's sleep before we do anything. I should not have traveled up here. I have an inn room somewhere down in here. Don't remember where it was, though, is the problem. Was it here? I think it's here where I have the room. That's the inn. What's the quickest way? Right here. Just ride south. Let's put a marker down there. Oh, he's right here. Come on. Let's go to the inn.
Yeah.
Jump the fence. There you go. Yes, Casey, they have said, they've actually showed it in the couple of dev streams that they've done. So Henry, I believe he's starting at level 15, if I'm not mistaken. So there are things Henry already knows. So as an example, you already know Master Strike, which is why combat is going to be easier in the second game, because you already know certain things that you had to learn in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. I believe it's level 15, so you're going to be starting with a certain amount of skills. You will be, I believe you'll have the option to choose some of your starting perks, but you are going to be starting with a certain amount of skills and abilities already at your disposal. Southwest. Yeah, and the injury, yeah, exactly. The injury you got basically reduces your level so that you're having to recover from. So they basically say that, you know, you were level 50 or whatever it is in this game. I don't know what the cap is here, 20. But your level's been reduced because you were injured, and now you have to work your way back from that. But you do start with a certain amount of skills and abilities already at your disposal. So I've got the first two dev live streams up on the channel, so if you want to go watch those, you can. Those happened like October, November. They did a couple of live streams, I think. And they showed off, I think, about 2 hours of gameplay each time. So we got to see quite a bit of the early hours of the game. Are you already watched those two, Perp John Joe? Nice. All right. Do I need to eat? Not quite yet. Puppy dog, how are you doing? Your obedience is fine. Oh, by the way, I did get some levels. I wonder if I got any new abilities. I don't know if I did. I did, main level. What do I want to take? What level do I get Infamous? Level 10. Oh, it can't. Okay, yeah. I already have local hero, so. Let's go with First Aid 3. How close am I to getting something new in speech?